Welcome back to Virginia Free. Great to see you here today. My name is Chris Saxman, Executive Director of Virginia Free. Joining us today, Delegate from Loudoun County, Delegate David Reid. Great to see you, David.
Great to be back again, Chris, and I hope you are having a happy new year so far.
So far, so good. Steelers beat the Ravens. I couldn't be happier. It looks like we're going to have a good year. Look, the reason I reached out to you was your op-ed in the Cardinal News about housing and affordability, and coming as it did after the campaign successes the House Democratic Caucus and obviously Governor-elect Abigail Spanberger had running on affordability. You raised that issue very strongly. I wouldn't say pointed a finger at local government, but you definitely extended a hand to work out maybe collaboratively an approach that could bring down some of these costs in housing. What are you hearing? What are you seeing? What are you projecting?
So it's really very interesting, Chris, and I appreciate you having me on to talk about this because I think that this is one of the key issues that we're going to have to be addressing in the upcoming General Assembly election. If you think about it, over the whole last year, Governor-elect Spanberger ran on affordability. And we, the Democratic House Caucus, ran on affordability as well. I mean, we focused on kitchen table pocketbook issues, and you could put affordable in front of just about anything. Affordable housing, affordable childcare, affordable utility bills, and now we have the responsibility to be able to deliver. And so when I looked at the VACO legislative priorities and saw that there was such a disconnect between what had been going on in those campaigns for the last year or last 2 years and the reality of what we're facing, where in their legislative priorities, they had identified that their solution for housing was don't take away any of our authority and give us more money. That's not a solution. And we need to be able to work together with the localities to be able to create an environment to generate tens of thousands of new homes, not just a couple hundred.
And not you don't have a lot of time because the political calendar is way ahead of the economic calendar. I think your op-ed pointed out it's almost 200,000 housing units that we need in the Commonwealth of Virginia to actually structurally bring down the cost here for housing. That includes all the different elements of housing. How do you get to 200,000 units in Abigail Spanberger's only term as governor?
And we have to start somewhere. And I think we're going to have to be bold to be able to make system and structural changes that we have been unwilling to do in the past. Because again, you're spot on. It was like 164,000 and then another 188,000. And I think the analysis that I had seen said that we are falling behind by 20 to 30,000 new homes every year. And we're talking about affordable homes. These are things that people would be first-time home buyers.
Yeah,
And I wanted to share with you, it's starter homes.
yeah.
Yes, starter homes. And I just want to share with you, the response from the op-ed was overwhelmingly positive from Democrats and Republicans, state elected leaders across the Commonwealth, and average citizens who are young professionals who want to be able to buy their first home, begin building equity, and start their version of the American dream. And they see the fact that there are restrictive zoning ordinances and that there are delays in approvals that are preventing them from being able to begin their version of the American dream.
Well, it's a great effort on your part to try to develop the conversation, at least with local governments. I know you were looking at the VACO legislative priority list for this year. Something has to be done. There's got to be a breakthrough. A lot of these large suburban counties, localities that have the capacity to develop the amount where the demand is for starter homes are also run by your political party. So this is less partisan, and I see the more dynamic political feature here between state and local governments, but also within the Democratic Party, also raising the tension that has come up between the abundance Democrats and the not so abundant Democrats nationally. So it's going to be a very vibrant conversation this year, and anything we can do to help you support that conversation here at Virginia Free, we look forward to doing it. Thanks for joining us, David Reid. Final
Sure,
thoughts.
thank you. No, no, I'm grateful for you to be able to be on here, for you to be able to draw attention to this. And again, I think we have to be able to look forward to a solution together because as you learn through your time in the military or my time in the corporate world, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And so if this is a way to bring people together and go, okay, this is how we have to move forward, then maybe we've achieved some good and we'll be able to provide affordable housing for this next generation of young professionals.
It's a tremendous lift, and I thank you and congratulate you for taking up the.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you very much.